We've come a long way as a company, as a cybersecurity organization over the last 18 years. One of the key things we have always been aspiring is to put India on the global map. We have, over the last 18 years, really put the digital payment infrastructure in a new orbit as far as India is concerned. When we started in 2006, I'm sure many of you remember that India was way, way behind the digital payment infrastructure. But we have silently at the back, SISA as an organization, whether it's working with UPI, many of you know that I have been part of the UPI cybersecurity framework. We have worked on the global payment data security standards, and each of the 500 passionate CSIDs have been behind making sure that all our money is safe in our bank accounts today. So big round of applause to each one of you. A phenomenal accomplishment for the last 18 years. But for a moment, if you just pause and look at what is up against us. Cybersecurity, cybercrime is today at $10.3 trillion. I mean, if you heard me right, $10.3 trillion. That is 2.5 times the size of India's GDP. That's the kind of value of cybercrime. There is a cybercrime that is happening, cyber attack that is happening on an organization every 39 seconds. Whopping 39 seconds. So before I end my speech, there will be a couple of attacks that would have happened. It would have happened across the world. Today, the question, as we all know, in the age of cybersecurity, we say it is not if it will happen, it is when it will happen, right? So we all need to be prepared for cyber attacks, and that is a real problem statement, despite whatever we have done. And if you look at the recent study, last year MIT did a study of cyber resiliency across countries. They picked up 20 countries, large economies, and then they ranked our cyber resiliency. And India came 17th out of 20th in the world. Despite being a technology powerhouse, despite putting India on the global map for IT services, we are way behind when it comes to cybersecurity. Even if you look at our corporate environment today, IT infrastructure, cyber solution stack, very few of them would be actually having something to do with India, except the fact that there is Indian services at the end of the day. So there is a big problem. I was the other day, addressing a global engineering expo, and one of the students got up and said, "Sir, how do I make my father use debit cards because he's so afraid that he will get compromised?" And that's the brutal truth. So despite whatever technology we have brought out for the last several decades, if it doesn't touch the common man, young or old, and they don't benefit, then our job is not done. And if you look at it, cybersecurity is a big challenge. And, multiple reports, World Economic Forum report, ranks this as one of the top 10 concerns for humanity, along with climate change. That is the kind of impact that today cybersecurity has. And we all know that it can threaten the very existence of mankind, especially with the kind of revolution that is happening in technology with AI, quantum, and robotics, like my colleague just said. So there is a problem. Cyber is a huge, huge problem, and our job has just got started. So what is the solution? And that's where we are coming to. As a company which is into cybersecurity, which has all the bells and whistles of what is required, the finest of the talent. Sir, I can tell you, some of the talent that we have is the best in the country, if not best in the world. We secure 6 out of 10 digital payment transactions in the country, and of course the world. We work on containing most of the sophisticated cyber breaches, with all being silent at the end of the day. You would not see us, this is the only fanfare that we do, but over the last 18 years, we have always worked on building trust of the ecosystem by not being exposed and not talking loosely about any of the cyber attacks that we have investigated. But having said that, the solution is, so what is the future for cybersecurity? And that's what we are trying to do here. And that's why we are all got together. So one of the key things is we, as a country, has to spend a lot on research and development. Research, without research, there is not going to be any advancement to anything that we're going to do in cybersecurity. So far, bulk of us have been, of course, the last 4-5 years has tremendously changed things, but we have a long way to go. Countries, and we have to emulate, there are countries which are far ahead of us, and we need to catch up with respect to the cybersecurity game. Not just for India, but for the world. Because of 3 things. One, the fact is that India is one of the few countries which can offer this kind of a solution because of various reasons. One is we are the largest democracy in the world. And largest democracy in the world can give that kind of trust to the entire ecosystem that we are going to be safe and secure when we build any cybersecurity products. Right? So that is one very, very important, and that's something that we have. And the second, we have one of the best talent in the world. The demographics is tilted towards our side. We have, we were just chatting while we were coming here. We're one of the best minds in cybersecurity in the country, or in the world, I should say. And the third, of course, we have a passion for research. And cost is one such benefit that we have. Because the world needs just not cybersecurity products or solutions which is unaffordable. It also needs to be affordable. It has to be cost effective if it has to touch the last mile. And that is what India can do. And that's the construct of Cyber Nalanda. Cyber Nalanda is all about collaboration, building that trust with the ecosystem. Second is to be advanced in terms of research, not just being a follower, not just being a button pusher for any of the cybersecurity products, but be a thought leader in cybersecurity. Yeah? And third is to be cost effective, right? So first is advanced, second is cost effective, and third is trust. So which is like what I call as ACT. And Cyber Nalanda is going to have these 3 things. Going to do advanced security research, is going to be cost effective, which we can say, and trust. And when we were thinking about this, which organization in the world today has accomplished these 3 things? Maybe not in cybersecurity, but anywhere else. This is one organization. And I don't think anyone needs any guesses for that. Which is that one organization? ISRO. One of the key things, advanced in the world. The most sophisticated space research work is done at ISRO. Cost effective. There is a meme that runs around that, ISRO puts satellites lesser than at the cost of a Hollywood movie. Right? Third, trust. Absolute trust in the ecosystem. Every Indian, and not just Indian, across the world is proud of the accomplishment of ISRO. Trust of the ecosystem. Trust of other countries, which is very, very important in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity cannot be a national or just one country priority. It has to be across the world. And there is one institution which has done that phenomenally, and for which we also share the same annual day. We are also inaugurated on 15th of August, and we are proud to also have the same day as ISRO. So it was a natural thing that we had the right leader of an organization such as ISRO and Dr. Somnath to be between us. So can we give a round of applause? A louder. One thing that I can tell you, sir, today it is just one step for SISA, but today you are enlightening 500 people plus many people to come and join entire cybersecurity community of the country. You're inspiring us with your presence. This is going to make us work harder, making work smarter, and definitely break the boundaries which we ourselves have put. I'm going to challenge ourselves. We're going to get better, and we're going to put India on the global map just like how ISRO did. Thank you so much.